Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Allison and today I'm doing my third quarter books read for my my reading report. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put this one out first and then I will do my books unhauled and then my books purchased videos because they're kind of long because if you know me, you know I like to talk too much apparently. So today I'm just going to try to quickly go through all of the books that I read in the past 3 months. This is not going to be a review video. I don't really care for reviewing books other than to say if I liked it or not. I will say a few things about each book, like my favorite part that I liked, but I just really don't like doing reviews for books because I'm just not comfortable doing them. So my reviews mostly consist of, yes, I loved it, no, I didn't, and ugh, this was awful. So let's just get started. In July, I read 5 books, and the first one I read was Diamond and Dawn by Lyra Selene. I really liked this book. I gave it 4 stars. My favorite things about it were the magic system, the characters, and the romance. The one thing I didn't like about it was that the terms that are used within the book to describe the different kinds of magic, and a little bit of the world building were unfamiliar and not explained very well, but other than that, it was a really good read. I really liked the plot, and this is the sequel to Lyra's debut novel, Amber and Dusk, so if you think this one is interesting, then you should probably read the first one first. It's really good. What was I gonna say? I wasn't going to say anything. If you want to know the synopses for these things, you can I put the links in the description and you can find them on Goodreads because I'm not going to re-say what someone else has already said about it, okay? Okay. The second book I read in July was Capturing the Devil by Kerri Maniscalco. I gave that one 3.5 stars. It was a good series finisher. I was a little disappointed with the way the plot went. And, you know, the big reveal, like who the bad guy was, that was a little bit disappointing. Other than that, Thomas's wit and sarcasm more than made up for those shortcomings. The other thing I didn't like about it was the ending seemed rushed. Like after the big conclusion and everything, there was a little bit more, like to finish out the series to, you know, explain what happened to the characters after the story finished. And I didn't like it. It was just too rushed and most of it didn't make any sense. But that is, Capturing the Devil is the 4th book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, so don't start with Capturing the Devil. Start with Stalking Jack the Ripper. And like I said, I will put the link to this book below for Goodreads, and then you can go there and find all of the information that you need to know about it. The next book that I read in July was Gemina by Kristoff and Amie Kaufman. This one was a reread for me and I gave it 5 stars. My favorite thing about this book is the characters. They are very, very unique and freaking hilarious. I liked Hannah and Nick's relationship. Nick is the sweetest person in this series, or this book at least, and I really liked his character development. And then of course there's Ella. She is my favorite. I think she's freaking hilarious. I just love her so much. She's the best. The next book on my list is Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. This book is the 3rd book in the Infernal Devices trilogy. I really liked it. Thanks Bookstagram for not warning me about the chance of having a really bad ugly cry in the epilogue. Like, you guys could have warned me that the ending was sad. So yes, I gave this one 4 stars. The epilogue was so good. It ripped my heart into pieces and then tried shoving them all back into my chest, and it mostly worked. It was just, I really loved the ending to this series. I have not had a lot of luck with the other Shadowhunter books, but this series, The Infernal Devices, is definitely one of my favorites. And I'm really glad I gave it a chance because I was really hesitant on if I was going to read them or not. My next book, or I should say my last book for July, was Citadel by Kate Mosse. This is a historical fiction, and it has a lot of, like, it has different timelines in it. So there's like a timeline from a really long time ago, like you're talking like 300 something AD, and then the rest of it is set in World War II in France. So I gave this one 4 stars. It took me a couple of tries to get into it, but once I did, I was hooked. The story is really good. I love World War II historical fiction, and the characters in this book were great. I really liked it. This one is the 3rd book in her Languedoc series, but you don't have to read them in order. You could read them in any order you want to. So there's that one, the last book for July. The first book I read in August was Obsidio, the final book in the Illuminae Files trilogy, and I gave this one 5 stars, obviously, because it's amazing. It's a great conclusion to the trilogy. You meet some new characters. It's super good. I really liked it. I really don't have much else to say about it, just that it's really good and I liked it. I know, super helpful, right? The next book that I read in August was The Lost Book of the Grail by Charlie Levitt. This is another historical fiction, and obviously from the title, it's about the Holy Grail. It's set in England, and I really liked the romance that was in it, and the main character is he's hilarious. He's like a middle-aged professor at a backwater college or university in England, and he hates technology, and he has the best dry humor, and I really like this book. I'm probably going to be picking up more Charlie Levitt books because I really liked this one. Did I say what the rating was for that one? I gave that one 4 stars. I can't remember. The next book I read, I also don't own anymore, and that is The Gown by Jennifer Robson. This was another historical fiction set during post-World War II in England. And that one I gave 3 stars. It's about the 2 embroiderers who, it's a fictional story about the embroiderers that embroidered the Queen. I think she was the princess, but now the Queen of England. When she was the princess, when she got married, they embroidered her wedding gown, and it's about their friendship. I think it's a great book about friendship and resilience and working through, bad things that happen to you and not letting those bad things stop you from having a life. It was just a really, really good book. I really liked it. My last read for August was Aragon by Christopher Paolini. This is my upteenth reread of this book. I really can't tell you how many times I've read this book because I literally do not know. This is one of my all-time favorite books. I love everything about it. I love the characters. I love the magic system. I love the world building. I love all the things. Plus, there's dragons that talk. Not like out loud, like they talk telepathically. It's the best. Sapphira is so sassy. She's really, really funny. So obviously I gave this one 5 stars because it's nostalgic and I love it and I think it's excellently written. It's super, super good. So yes, I recommend this one. I keep forgetting to say if I recommend the books or not. Most of these I recommend. If it's rated anything above 2 stars, I probably recommend it. And now I'm going to get into September. September was a great reading month. I read 6 books in September, and all of them were over 3 stars. They're all very good. I had an excellent reading month in September, which I was really grateful for because I had been reading so many meh books. So the first book I read in September was Serpent and Dove by Shelby Morin, and I buddy read this with my friend Brianna off Bookstagram. This was a really funny read. I was constantly laughing out loud and snorting because, what's her name? The main character's name. Why can't I remember? The main character's name from Bone Crier's Moon keeps popping into my head. Lou and Reed. Just Lou constantly picking on Reed and like making him be embarrassed was just so funny. I love this book so much. I gave it 4 stars and I definitely recommend it. The next book I read was Aurora Burning by J. Kristoff and Amie Kaufman. This one got 4 stars again, and it was very action-packed, like literally from the very beginning of the book, like they're fighting people, just So much stuff is going on in this book. There is a part in the book that was okay. I'm not gonna say what it was if you haven't read it because it's spoilery. Let me think. I really liked most of the characters. Cal, Finn, Scarlet, Tyler, and Zila. I love all of the characters. I do like Ori. I do like Aurora. She's not my favorite, and to be honest, she was a little annoying in this one. I was like, why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta be so, I don't even know, mean? That's not a good way to describe what she was being in this book. But other than that, I really like this book, and holy crap, that ending. Why would you do that? Why? Just don't end books like that. It's not nice. Definitely not nice. I recommend that one. The next book is this beastie. This is The Kingdom of Copper, and I really, really liked this one. I gave this one 4 stars. Yes, I recommend it. The David Bad trilogy is very, very good. I know I haven't finished it yet, but I have really high expectations for the next book. Things I liked about this one: the action, the pacing of the plot, the character development, and what else? There was something else that I liked. I don't remember what it was. Oh, the world building. Oh my gosh, the world building and the magic in this book are just magical. They're just magical. It's just really good. I really liked it. Next on my list is The Court of Miracles by Kester Grant. This is her debut novel, and yes, I loved it. I gave this one 4 stars, and the things I liked about it were the plot, the pacing, and I liked that it was almost like a what could have been instead of, you know, what if it was worse, because if you've watched the Les Mis movie, you know it was bad. I have not read the original Les Mis story, so the only thing I have to compare this to is the Les Mis movie with Russell Crowe and Hugh Jackman and Anne Hathaway in it, which I love. I love that movie so much. So I know a lot of people have said they don't care for this book, but I really liked it. I liked the main characters. I liked the plot. I liked a little bit of how they changed some of the characters. I loved the magic. Is there magic in this book? I can't remember. It's you could call it magic, but it's not really. There's like these gangs and they're like, you know, the underground, the Paris underground or whatever, and they're really cool. I just really liked it. I can't wait for the next book to come out because it was really good. Next on my list is this book, which you can't see the title of because I have the jacket reversed, but this is Angel Mage by Garth Nix. This one got 3.5 stars, not because it was a bad book, just because it was just very strange. There was a lot of strange things going on. The one thing that I noticed the most is that the kingdom that this story was set in was just not run properly. Like, everything was like half finished and the royalty was stupid. Like, literally, like, they were very immature and just like, why were they even ruling anything? I don't understand how that worked out. But there's 4 main characters and it's narrated, so you don't really get anything from anyone's specific perspective, which is nice because I feel like that would be confusing with 4 main characters. Actually, quite a bit of the book is not told from, but it's about the antagonist, so that was really interesting. I liked the magic system in this book. There were a lot of parts where I was laughing. A couple of the characters are pretty funny, but yeah, it was a very strange book, but it was a good book. I recommend it if you like strange books, or if you are a Garth Nix fan. If you're already a Garth Nix fan, you'll probably like this one. Okay, and then the last book I have for my reads for the third quarter of 2020 is Star Daughter by I'm gonna try not to murder her name. Sveta Thakrar. That was bad. I tried. I really enjoyed this book. I was not sure if I was going to. I tried to avoid all mentions of like reviews or spoilers or anything for this book because I did learn that it was a contemporary fantasy, and that's not normally my favorite thing to read. So I was like trying to avoid coming across anyone's review where they're like, it wasn't really that good, because I didn't want... I have a really bad habit of like reading something like that or hearing someone say something like that and then be like, oh, well, if they don't like it, then I'm not gonna like it. Which is not even true. Like, with the Court of Miracles, most of the reviews that I've seen for that book have not been, you know, heart eyes. Like, it hasn't been very well received. But I really liked it. So, I try to avoid all of that. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're on Bookstagram and you're constantly like dogging a book or whatever, I just probably am not gonna follow you, because I don't think that's okay. Unless it was horribly, horribly, horribly written, then maybe just don't say anything about it. That would be the easier thing to do. There's always something good that you can find about a book. A book is not all bad. There's always something good you can find in a book. Anyways, that was a rant. I'm sorry. Star Daughter. I gave Star Daughter 4 stars. I really loved the main characters. What is the main character's name in this book? Let me look. Chital. Her and her friend or her cousin, I think they're cousins. They're really funny together. They're super sweet. I loved Chital's relationship with her dad, and I loved how she was trying to navigate being in a place that she's never been before, so like being completely out of her league and not knowing what she's up against. That was really nice. Shweta's writing, holy crap. You're talking like Laini Taylor level writing in this book. This is so good. What else did I like about it? There was just a lot of great things in this book. I recommend this book to everybody. I think everybody could read it. It's actual YA, not pretend YA, so you could, if you're, you know, a parent and you got like a 14-year-old kid or whatever, they could read this book. There's nothing bad in this one. It's clean. It's super, super good. I really, really liked it. The quality of writing is excellent. I'm just gonna be over here singing its praises for a while. So, that is all of the books that I read in July, August, and September. Okay, I read 15 books in 3 months, which is not amazing, but also not terrible. I could have done way worse than what I did. If I had to pick a favorite, oh, that's so hard. Either The Kingdom of Copper or The Court of Miracles were my favorite books from the past 3 months. I could just name all of them my favorite because I gave them all such, like, pretty good ratings. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking before this video gets any longer. Thanks for checking out this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know if you read any of these books. I'd love to chat with you about them in the comments. And I'll see you next time. Bye!